It's Week 5 of the National Football League, where division rivals will clash in the NFC North. It's the Lions and the Vikings, next on Madden Football.
You're in the north, the Yaller horn is about to sound and send two teams to battle here at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And just like that, the season has reached October. Joined by Brock Hewitt up here in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, I don't know about you, but I always feel like the smells start to change in October. It just really starts to smell like fall, smell like football, second month of the regular season. And these next few games take on a greater importance moving forward.
Gosh, I wish I had a sense of smell. Mine is so bad, but I love what you're cooking right there. And I love this stretch of games because it makes a lot of teams contenders and a bunch of the other sellers as the trade deadline arrives here at the end of the month. You go on a hot streak heading into Halloween and things will be looking great. But flounder this month, and you may end up seeing some of your buddies shipped off and playing elsewhere.
From the shotgun, McCarthy has him on the quick hitter. And this one doesn't go far.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away. That makes it second down. Here's McCarthy to throw. Jones reels it in. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
So after that completion, we've got a player in some visible discomfort. And here come the trainers to get him some help. It's Matt Hawk, who's headed out there to punt on fourth down. And this will put an end to the drive after it's stalled out. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. So now it's the Lions' turn to head out for the first time on offense. They're led out by someone who's fought through the doubters all through his career, and he just keeps putting up numbers. Jared Goff.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
Dump off caught by his back. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run, but I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Pass taken in by St. Brown.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Able to find Wright. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
He has the first over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Now following that completion, we see a man shaken up. Officials calling for a pause as he gets looked at. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. One of the tight ends in motion left. On 1st down, here comes Brooks. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
On 1st down, it's Goff. Taking a big shot for the end zone. That's much too high and out of the end zone, incomplete.
Well, QB put it pretty close to the sideline to begin with, and the defender, again, just put his little hand right out there. It just encouraged it to fall out of bounds.
Goff trying again on 2nd and 10. St. Brown's got it, complete. And he's brought down for a loss.
You'll hear defensive coaches all the time really ask their players to pull the trigger. Read, react, diagnose, and when you see it, go fire away, and that's exactly what the defense does to take away that screen.
Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd down is critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert those.
Koo able to put it through. And that's going to get them on the scoreboard.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. Now for the 2nd time this game, we get a look at this Vikings offense. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. It's a great extra effort to keep that run going for a nice gain. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. Has a man, Justin Jefferson. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. A give left side to Jones. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released.
They got a hand on it, and now it's intercepted! And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. He missed the linebacker lurking, or he thought he could challenge him there and win. A 6-point mistake, Brock, either way.
Do you know, Kate, that you use that word as a verb in quarterbacks? When we look at coverages, we use it as a noun. He's a lurker. You said he was lurking, and he was. And if you're not aware of that lurker, that free defender who's got eyes on you, well, they can make you pay just as he did.
Patterson tacks on the extra point. And the Lions go up 10-zip here in the first. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Starting from the 5. He's got a lane up past the 30. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick six. Need short memories here as they head back out. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Trying again after the pick. McCarthy into traffic, complete. And he'll get it up to the 44. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Straight ahead they go with Jones. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you want to take your shots. Some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
This dude is putting together some kind of game today. When he scored that touchdown earlier, we knew we had to keep an eye on him. And no surprise, here he is making yet another huge impact play.
It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Terrion Arnold has it.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
This our last play of the quarter. First give on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And they take him down after just a small gain on the final play of the 1st. These two NFC North teams have played one so far. It's a 2-score game early. More from US Bank Stadium after the break. Back and beginning the 2nd quarter. Lions in possession. They'll begin the quarter with 2nd and 8. From the gun, Goff. He just throws this one away.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Goff on 3rd. St. Brown there to bring it in. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. On comes Jack Fox to handle the 4th down punt for the Lions. He bunted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. And his job's done, and it is a job well done. That punt fights deep into enemy territory, out of bounds at the 7. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Grabbed by Jordan Addison. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. That's incomplete left side. Looking for Justin Jefferson on that throw. So that brings up 2nd down.
And this breaks strong on the coverage.
Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Has his man, it's Addison. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Now a give up the middle to Jones. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
1st and 10, here's McCarthy. He'll get this to Jefferson. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
That's good for Vikings. 1st down.
They give to Jones, right side. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the second level. Well, someone from the second level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
Second and 13. Into the hands of Jefferson, complete. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Here we go, third and less than a yard. And they send a man in motion. On play action now, McCarthy. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
McCarthy throwing on fourth down. That's cut beyond the marker. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. That's a gain of 10, and staring at a turnover on downs, Brock, they pick up the first instead. Putting a receiver in motion. Now the give as they set up the jet sweep. This is ahead for about 5. Alex Anzalone there on the stop. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up second and 5.
Brings up second and 5. After 27.
From the gun, Jones gets it. And he's taken down with a short gain to the 25. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with third down and 3.
Brings up third and 3.
On the draw, this is Johnson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, I got to give some kudos to that defense right there. Sometimes as an offense, you think you can outsmart those guys on the other side. But that defense, they were dialed in for that draw.
So the Vikings will try a field goal on fourth down. Will Reichert headed out. There's a 44-yard look from the right hash. Smith able to put it through. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Lions getting ready to return to the field. They're on a 3-game winning streak, Brock, and working to stretch that out to 4. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's Goff. That's complete to Sam Laporta. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. First and 10 from the 41. Putting the tight end in motion. Goff on first and 10. Connects on one to Jamison Williams. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that'll be first down, Detroit. The give to Brooks, running right. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be second and 5. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Minneapolis. The Lions looking for a score before halftime. Halfway to the marker, it's second and 5. Out of the shotgun, Goff. It's taken in by Williams. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
He brings the offense up now for a first and 10. Working inside the red zone. He'll get this one to Brooks. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. Now the Lions Lions calling a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 2nd and 3 now. Goff. That's complete. Here's Brooks. And he drives this forward to the 6. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have 1st and goal. Detroit calls timeout. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Throwing again, it's Goff. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions grow their lead just before halftime. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the
Previous
replay
play is
official
under
wants to
review.
take another look at this on their own. So what we're all looking for here, did he secure the catch and maintain it while also getting both feet down?
Yeah, this is why it's a perfect look. This is why teams scout body control and field awareness for these pass catchers. For moments like this, he did not have much margin for error, and it happens oh so fast.
They took a look just to be safe. You always appreciate that, but the call on the field stands.
Kick is good.
That one splits the uprights. And the Lions double their lead to 14. Fox now to kick this one away.
The kickoff for the Lions.
Return starts at the 3. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
There's 35 seconds to go in the half as they are ready to begin their drive. Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. Able to find Hawkinson. And he's out of bounds, just a step short of the 40. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Hawkinson reels it in. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that 1st down play. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. Throwing the out route complete. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down.
That's another Vikings 1st down. 1st and 10.
Back to the air, McCarthy. Has him on the quick hitter. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Back to throw. Here's McCarthy. And they had that one contained right at the line. Kirby Joseph up for the stop. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Now it's McCarthy. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? They chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Smith able to put it through. And that'll get him back to 11.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good, get into that rhythm, and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Here comes the final play of our 1st half. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he has a decent gain on what's going to be the final play of the half. That brings us to the break, and it's the visiting Lions holding an early advantage. Now we'll get you down to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. And it's the Packers who have the lead as that game approaches halftime. Josh Jacobs, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. Next, we head down to Houston to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. It's C.J. Stroud with a couple of touchdown passes. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Deshaun Watson has thrown a touchdown pass. With that, the 2 squads are headed out of the tunnel. So let's get you back out to K. Scott.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Out come the Lions. They've got the first series of the second half. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Carried by Brooks to start the drive. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Off play action, Goff. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
Goff on 3rd. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
I'll tell you this, Kate, that's we got to be on the same page with one another and get both ends of the play right to execute, both the protection and ultimately completing that ball. They certainly want that play called back.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And it's going to be Vikings football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. He beams one deep right side. He's got it deep downfield. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. How about 29 yards on 1st down? And a fresh set of downs on its way.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Out of the gun, a gift to Jones. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
3rd down, here's Jones. And they stand him up. No breaking through, and the defense holds.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
So the Vikings will try a field goal on 4th down. Will Reichert headed out. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
Like the best kickers in this league, he's just keeping on with his job. That's a third now. He's knocked through the uprights. 3 at a time's not going to get it done in this game, though. Eventually, they got to start running him out for some PATs.
He stopped on the return at the 27. The Detroit offense getting ready for its next drive. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Catch made by Chark. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him 24 on that play. And that gives the Lions the first. Only 1 play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. First down throw from Goff. St. Brown there to bring it in. And he'll get this through the midfield stripe and starts pushing into Vikings territory. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. From the 48. Short pass brought in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Coverman is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And 4th and 4 coming up. The Lions readying for the punt. Jack Fox will kick it away. And this one is out of bounds. No return on the kick. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Running right, this is Jones. He's contained at the line for no gain. Terrion Arnold in on the stop. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Sideline shot is snagged by Hawkinson. And he crosses the sideline a yard or 2 beyond, it looks like the 30. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Alex Anzalone there on the stop. Now, after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention. They'll run the draw with Jones. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Lee McNeil in on the tackle. And the Lions into a nickel set for 3rd down. McCarthy looking to throw. He's on the move. He's running for it. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Running back, motioning right. Jones reels it in. And he's got it down to the 30 before going out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
That's good. For the Vikings, 1st down.
It's Jones on the toss. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
You know, for pitchers, you'll hear them say, gosh, you got to pitch this guy backwards. For defenses, you got to do the same at times, Kate. You just can't always run it on first. You got to mix in some high percentage pass plays. Otherwise, you're going to get hit right in the face for a loss just like that.
Trying to find Justin Jefferson. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Here's McCarthy to throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, that's an example right there where you just simply got to be on the same page with each other and get both ends of the play right to execute. They want that one back.
Smith able to put it through. And that gets them back within 5.
They can't blame him for the deficit. He's been doing all he can to kick them into contention. That's now his 4th field goal. And all those kicks he's made are part of why the lead is still close.
Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now the Lions offense gets ready to return to the field. They didn't add to their lead last time out, so they punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now an inside handoff to Brooks. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
Receiver in motion going left. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Lions ball as they try to keep that lead and close out a win. New set of downs for him at the 38. On 1st down, it's Goff. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And now they face 2nd down. From the gun, Goff. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Goff back to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st and 10 from the 41. They send a tight end in motion. Straight ahead, here's Brooks. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Looking slant route complete. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. 2nd and 6 coming up here. They go play action with Goff. Here's pressure, and he's dropped by the Vikings. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. The problem? Defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Throw complete to Williams. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow. Kate, it's 3 more on the scoreboard, but both sides really know it's all about one possession here in the fourth quarter when it really matters.
Fox now to kick this one away. He fields it from the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Vikings now set to take the field. Now, they've run into the wall quite a few times, Brock, and like walls tend to do, it hasn't moved. No luck in getting the ground game established. Probably part of the reason why this offense is still searching for its first touchdown.
What's that quote you learned at Cal about insanity?
Which one? There's so many.
Doing the same thing over and over, but expecting different results. They've tried.
That's the one.
I mean, bless their hearts. They've tried to pound the football on the ground, but the results haven't changed. This front stops them every time, and it sure kept a lot of points off the board.
It's a gain of 12 there, and it'll bring up a Minnesota first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here's McCarthy, first and 10. He'll get this to Jefferson. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Jones trying the left side. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss,
Caught along the left sideline, but he did not get both feet in. That's incomplete, brings up third down. So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Backfield is empty as they motion him out right. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he goes out a little short of the 40.
that's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
And this is the punt you want every time. He bounces out of bounds and sticks him inside their own 10. The Lions offense returning to the field. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. Goff on first and 10. He finds Laporta. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
2nd and 6 at the 7-yard line.
Throwing is gone. That's complete. Here's Brooks. And he hauls this one up to the 11 before being stopped. 3rd and just 2 to go. Back to throw it. Laporta with a grab. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
It's the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis. Lions leading by 8. They're now set for 1st and 10. On the give, it's Brooks. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Running once more with Brooks. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. Ball at the 33 for first down. Again, it's Brooks. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Now the Vikings use their 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
On second down, it's Brooks. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. That's a 9-yard pickup, and it gives him a 3rd and 2. Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. It goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Fair catch made a little beyond the 20-yard line. So the Lions get the win on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Lions as we bid you farewell from Minneapolis.